Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. I think I have one participant. Can you please unmute and talk to me? Sumaira, are you there, please? Good morning. Are you
Good morning, sir.
Sumaira? Yes, you're able to hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, you're able to hear me. Yeah, okay. I think we'll wait for some more students to join. I suppose you're the only student who has joined so far. So
Okay,
shall
sir.
we wait? We'll wait for a couple of minutes, but you don't go away, okay?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, you are able to see my picture also, okay? Can
Yes, sir,
you
I'm
switch
here.
on your video only for the first time today? Later on, you can just switch it off afterward. Can you switch on your video for a minute? Because I need to know whom I am talking to, right?
Uh, okay, sir.
If it's possible, just switch on and
Just,
switch it off. I should be able to identify who are the people whom I'm addressing. It's only the first time. Later, you can switch off your video. No problem.
uh, okay, sir.
You want me
One
to give some
second.
time to you, right? You want some time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know, I can understand because I've been taking video classes. So continue. Later, okay, later when you are ready, you join, no problem. You switch on your video at your
Okay, sir.
convenience.
Sure.
At your convenience, no
Yes.
problem. So we will wait for another one or maybe another 5 minutes. Then we will start because I cannot. I'll have to finish the lesson.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, Sumaira, tell me about yourself. You have joined BA journalism, right?
Yes, sir.
And now you are in fifth semester, right?
Sir, actually, I was supposed to give my exams last year.
Okay.
But because
Okay,
I
fine.
didn't
Because of
pay my
pandemic. All right. No
and
problem. Fine. So tell me, Sumaira, about yourself. What made you to join this course, journalism?
Actually, sir, I have joined it along with psychology.
Very good.
So I was very much interested in learning about journalism and
Okay.
knowing the history
Okay.
about it.
Okay. And then you feel you'll be able to, you find journalism interesting and exciting?
Yes, sir. It is very interesting.
Okay. Are you going through the course material?
Yes, sir. I have all the
Hope you,
books with me.
okay, you have all the books. Hope the course material is looking professional for you.
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay, very good.
Actually, sometimes it gets a little boring.
Okay, okay. What is your background, Sumaira? I mean, are you working anywhere, Sumaira?
No, sir. I'm not currently.
You're not working. Okay. You have done your intermediate with which background? MPC, BIPC, CEC,
By PC,
FEC.
sir.
Oh, BIPC. You wanted to become a doctor, but you ended up with Open University program, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Okay, fine. That's fine. Very good. So you are now in BA. I mean, of course, fifth semester. Another 1 year you will be completing your. I mean, another
Uh,
1 year you will be
yes,
completing
sir.
your
We
degree.
have our exams in
Now going.
August, fifth and sixth
Okay.
semester.
Okay. Please finish it off. Finish them off. Yeah. Then you
Ye-
have totally 6 semesters, right?
Yes, sir. Sixth
Very
semesters.
good. Right. That's good. Okay. So I have been, I don't know whether I should tell you. I'll wait for another couple of minutes, then I can introduce myself and then we'll go ahead. Only one student. Normally, in physically, when we are present before pandemic and all, we used
Yes,
to
sir.
get at least a minimum of 10 to 15 students, sometimes 5, sometimes 4, sometimes 10. But then
Yes.
since we are not insisting on, the attendance as such, because basically the mode of education is distance education. So
Yes.
we are not insisting, I know, because most of them are employed also, as a result of which they are not able to join. But
Yes,
are you
yes.
comfortable with timings? I think you should give your feedback to the university whether you are able to, is it comfortable for your, the timings are comfortable or not. I mean, if you give feedback, they will accordingly, make certain changes. So I think you should be
Yes,
in a
sir.
position to give that. So feel free to give your opinion
Sure,
and
sir. I will.
don't hesitate. Don't worry. They are very good people. University is always student friendly. I have seen that. I have been here with Open University for the past more than right from the time when it was in inception. Right when
Oh, wow.
Bashiruddin sir was there, I was being associated with this university in various roles. But basically, I've been in the government. Okay, you know my name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what is my name?
Yes, sir. It's written there, Nagarjuna.
Okay, right. My name is Nagarjuna. Okay, I have authored your MA textbooks also, in addition to editing one of the textbooks also. So I have
Okay.
edited one. Yeah, okay, for your MA journalism, I have edited your textbook. I have also
Okay.
authored some lessons for your textbooks, not for BA. But I have been in this, in the field of teaching for the past. Can you guess how many years? Can you
Um,
guess? Well, I have been here for
Maybe
the past
15,
42
20.
years. Okay, 42 years. Okay,
Wow.
yeah. I have been in this field for the past 42 years, since 1979, and I've been teaching in the Government Institute of Printing Technology. So I'm basically a printing technologist, but I have also joined the journalism profession because after retirement, I took up teaching journalism at St. Joseph's Degree and PG College. It's now the third best
Okay.
college in the Twin Cities in the field of arts. So I've been teaching
Yes,
there
yes.
as assistant professor for the past 7 years. I'm still associated with it, and I'm also a guest lecturer, like I am for Ambedkar University. I'm also a guest lecturer for other universities like you know, other universities, Telugu University,
Yes, sir.
Venkateswara University, all those universities, Padmavati Mahila University, and also, I'm also associated with government, state government also, and I worked in Parliament for 3 years as assistant director. You know Parliament, right?
Yes, sir. I know.
Delhi. I worked there in Delhi for 3 years, Lok Sabha. Then I worked for about, yeah, I think we have some more students joining. We have Sumaira, Sainath, Patnaik, Sainath and Patnaik. Can you? Okay, let me finish it. I hope Sainath and Patnaik, are you able to hear me? Is everything okay? Can you please unmute and tell me? Sainath, are you there,
Yes, sir.
Sainath?
I can hear
You are
you.
able to hear me. Thank you very much, Sainath. Patnaik, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now you can mute, right? Okay, thank you very much. So, what Sainath has left the meeting, I think so. Patnaik, can you switch on your video and can I have an idea of whom I am addressing just for a second? Can you switch on your video so that I can see you, although you are seeing me, right? Patnaik, are you able to
Yes,
see
sir.
me? Yeah, I have to see you. I want to see you. If it is
Yes, sir.
possible, please switch on your video for a minute. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you. You can now close your video. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Patnaik. Oh, what is sign up? He left the. I think he left the meeting. Okay, it's all right. All of you may be having some technical issues also because I have been seeing. Okay, I was there in Parliament. I said for 3 years I was there as assistant director. I was in charge of the publications. Then I had been abroad to West Indies for 2 years. West Indies is a conglomerate of various nations, island countries. I was specifically in a country known as Trinidad and Tobago, where I was there for about 2 years. I was a principal of the college there of the Institute of Printing in that under University of West Indies. So this is my little background, and then we'll just get back because others we wanted others to join. I was just chit chatting with Sumera. Now Patnaik is there. Patnaik, are you from Orissa? Because your name indicates that way. Patnaik, can you give a brief background of yourself? Can you unmute? Yeah, yeah. Patnaik, can you
Hello.
talk? Yeah, hello, Patnaik.
Hello.
Hello, can you talk, Patnaik? Yeah, can you please give me a brief background of yours? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you can talk. No need to switch on the video. I'm seeing you. Yeah, Patnaik,
Yes, sir.
can you give it? Are you working somewhere?
No, sir. No, no, not work.
What made you join journalism?
Journalism. I took as a optional course sir, in a BA.
Okay, very good. Okay. How do you find this journalism? You find it interesting, exciting?
Yeah, sir. Journalism is always interesting, sir.
Okay, right. But we need very good journalists. Present day scenario is that we need good journalists. We need very, very straightforward, honest, totally honest,
I
straightforward. Ah,
I don't
all
know
right, but
many journalists.
yeah, okay,
I
very
don't
good.
know many of them, but very few I know. It's like present our like Teenmar Malana is there, no, sir. He
Okay,
is a
good,
good
good.
journalist.
Okay,
And
right.
coming to north side, Arnab Goswami is also a good one.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
We
I
will
know
come
only
to
few.
that later. Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to have an idea of who I am addressing. Okay, thank you, Mr. Patnaik. You can mute
Okay,
and
sir.
I can mute you now. You can switch on your video also. Okay, you can switch on you. Thank you. Right. Okay. Right. And now we will go into the I think subject straight away without wasting any more time. Because today I'll just give you a brief idea of what exactly we'll be discussing as we go along. So I will give you an overview of your entire syllabus of this particular subject, which is known as public relations. As part of a journalist, how you are associated with public relations. You should know that many communication students of mass communication journalism also end up as public relation officers, communication officers, and because of that, they have to inevitably, they have to unavoidably uh, resort to a subject known as public relations. That is one of the main reasons for having incorporated this in your curriculum, where public relations is taught to you. So we will be discussing as we go along. Today, of course, we'll discuss what exactly we mean public relations. But you have, as you know, like in all subjects, you have 5 blocks, and each unit, each block having about 3 or sometimes 2 units. Like that, each block is split up into various units. So we have what is known as in the first unit, we'll be discussing what exactly is public relations, and the second, we'll discuss about elements of public relations. What do we mean by that? Maybe today we'll end up with only the definition of public relations and where we are actually. That also we'll see. And if possible, I'll also try to show you a few minutes YouTube video also so that you're able to understand in addition to what is being taught by me. So you have also known as public opinion, public relations, publics, some internal public, external public. Why you should be able to have an idea of how the public is opinionated over an issue. What is the opinion of the public? Sometimes your personal opinion may not tally with the opinion that you are getting from the public. Accordingly, you may make amends in tune with how the public is thinking. So please remember that you cannot rub your personal opinion onto the public. So we're going to discuss a lot about these things as we go along. And then in unit 4, we have various models of public relations. Then at the same time, we have the PR process, what are the stages of PR process. There's another unit which we'll be discussing. Every unit has its own, significance. Definitely, they do, give a lot of interesting information, and all of these are going to be a part and parcel of your day-to-day work when you end up as a PRO. So you may not, so you may say, "मैं journalism पढ़ रहा हूँ, so why should I worry about public relations?" No, public relations is that journalists have very good opportunities, job employment potential in the area of public relations. Also, I mean, most of the people do ask for public relations certificate. I mean, course whether they have done, but they also ask sometimes whether you are qualified enough in journalism. And moreover, journalism is a part of your, because you are always in touch with the press, you are in touch with the media, all kinds of media. So you should be able to know the working of media, how the journalist would be, how you, suppose you end up as a PRO, how you would be able to face the media, how you will be able to have your media relations, as a matter of fact. So that is one another thing that you will be discussing in Prog 2. Then tools and media public relations. What are the tools that we have got under various media through which you can address television, electronic media, social media, web, and everything. You have all kinds of media and other tools of these public relations. Then similarly, you will be having actually many times PR is not simply a job where you go and do your work, but it is also a management function. So when you end up as a PRO or a PRM, public relations manager, it is a management function. So you will have to also strategically think how you should go about with this management function. So then how you should be a good PR manager. That's very essential for us. How you should be a good PR manager, of how we go along in this. Similarly, we have what is known as in-house and PR agencies, and digital public relations. But nowadays, more so with pandemic, completely dominating the scene. Nowadays, we are mostly in touch with the public virtually. We are not really in a position to have face-to-face communication because of this COVID pandemic for the past almost 2 years. It's almost 2 years. We are hoping that maybe by December end, we will be able to get rid of this, terribly a deadly virus. We hope that. Okay, that is what block 4 we'll be discussing a lot on digital public relations, in-house and PR agencies. And block 5 we'll be discussing about history of Indian public relations, Indian public. So when we discuss public relations, it's from a global perspective. But in block 5 we will be coming down, narrowing down. We are now going to be specifically discussing Indian public relations. We have Guru of the Gurus, Dr. C.V. Narasimha Reddy. He is a part of the history of Indian public relations. It's only a misfortune that we lost him recently, but then we will be quoting him extensively because he has been in this field for over 50 years, over 50 or 60 years he has been in this field. So this is all we'll be discussing in addition to PR practice in government. How does it happen in government? What is information public relations? What is DAVP? What is PIP? Like this, we have so many agencies, public relation agencies in the government. How do they function and all those things we'll be discussing. This is an overview of actually the syllabus that we have got. Um, we have in this thing. So now I'll just give you a break of 1 minute. Please let me know. Are you able to follow? Am I too fast? Am I too slow? Are you able to follow? Please let me know. Yeah. Shalini Karingula. Good morning, Shalini. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, right. So are you able to follow actually what I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
You're able to follow. Am I too fast or
Ye-
am I too slow?
No, sir. You are normal only, sir. I'm able to understand, sir.
Okay. What's your background, Shalini? What have you
Uh,
studied intermediate? Are you working somewhere or are you studying?
yes, sir. I'm an employee, sir.
Uh, So are you connected with the public relation nature of job or any other job?
Yes, sir. I'm working in an industrial company, sir. NCL Vega Limited,
Okay, very good. So what
as
made you
an
to join
senior
journalism? Okay.
Senior Executive HR, sir.
Oh, you're in HR. Then why journalism course you have joined?
Interest in media, sir.
Very good. You are interested in media. Okay, very good. You can really, fine tune your job in your HR also when you are thorough in media. Okay, sorry. Okay, now we have, so you are able to follow, then I'll go with that speed. You can switch on your audio and the video also. Thank you very much. Okay, right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Okay, now we'll go ahead with what we'll be discussing in today's class. We'll see here. Yeah, okay, I have my first period today. Actually, last Sunday we tried to log on and all that. We did our trial session. We could not. So in today's session, we'll just cover the first unit because considering the time that we have got, we have about 40 minutes more. But still, considering that, we will try to see what we mean by public relations. So what is actually public relations? What is this entire area? And I have already told you why you should study public relations as a student of journalism. Is that you will be in a position to, when you don the role of a public relation person or an officer, or as you're in an HR agency, you'll be able to really, when you study about this public relations, you'll be able to know, oh God, how do we deal with the people, whether they are internal employees or whether they're external people. How do we deal with them? How do we communicate with them? How do we understand them? How do we empathize with them? And how do we actually try to get the best out of them, and how are we to give the best out of us to them also. This is not one way, just take the best out of them is not the solution. But the best out of you, and the best out of you can be given when you're really thorough in public relations you know domain. So you will be able to know. So we have to be very careful. We have to be at the same time straightforward. We have to be honest. Our approach should be, very, very transparent. All these things will matter a lot. And these things you will be able to know when we study this public relations. So public relations, let us split these two words into two, public and relations. Now let us know who the public are. Actually, when we say public, who are these people? So maybe, as when you are employee or maybe as a student, or for instance, who are the people with whom you communicate? Now, if you're a college student, like how we have Sumaira, for instance, you're a college student, you're working, you're studying in a college, or we have, what is the name? I forgot. Just a minute. Okay, we have now Shalini also here, for instance. You know, who will be able to, for instance, she's working, and so she'll be able to know who are your people with whom you're able to communicate. Now, two types of public you come across. One is the internal public. The people who are inside the organization are known as the internal public. So they're all maybe your employees. Most of them are your employees, right from the governing director or the managing director to the last security person or a safai wala also. So you have to deal with these people, when you don the role of a public relation officer. One is you deal with people who work inside the organization, and all these people constitute what is known as internal public. Now we have at the same time what we call it as the external public. Now, who are your external public? This is very important for us to know who are our external public. So, in an organization, we have customers. Suppose you're working in an organization, your clients, your customers, they constitute the external public. And other stakeholders. Who can be your other stakeholders? It could be people with whom you have your business dealings, it could be your suppliers, it could be your financiers, it could be anybody else other than your customers, anybody who is in touch with you, it may be government bodies, it may be government servants, it may be, anybody who, all other stakeholders, sometimes security, sometimes police, sometimes lawyers, sometimes everyone, all stakeholders who are outside the organization, including the customers, they constitute what is known as external public. So I hope you are now clear with what we mean by internal public and then external public. So we have publics as two types of public, internal and external. Now, the relations that you maintain with these two types of public is what we call it as public relations. Relations means, your contacts, how cordial are your relations with your internal people as well as the external. Now, your other stakeholders, just now we were telling, can be your suppliers, can be your partners, can be your resellers, or can be your capitalists, financiers, venture capitalists. They can be your bankers, or can be an end user. Now, I am an end user of a toothpaste. I can also get in touch with the organization which manufactures toothpaste, and I can also, send a letter to them saying that your product is not at all synchronizing with what you have advertised. I can, so as an end user also, I am in touch with you, and you are a PRO. I can get in touch with you, and I can give my problem, or maybe I can give a solution also. So external public are more in number. Internal only employees. In case of external, you have suppliers, you have strategic partners. There are sometimes partners who are very active partners. There are sometimes who are known as sleeping partners. Sometimes you have dynamic working partners. So you have resellers. Sometimes they resell the raw material or whatever it is. Venture capitalists, people who try to invest more money. You are already shining in one area. They may ask you to expand, come out to some other area. Like, we have, for instance, Reliance has expanded and, proliferated to various products, right? To various areas they have proliferated. Like the venture capitalists, for instance, bankers, end users. End user is the last one who uses. For instance, you use a toothpaste, you are an end user. Okay. Educators, people who are in the education field. Competitors, yes, your competitors are also constitute external public. Investors, people who invest money with you, and investors, maybe sometimes employees and their families. Normally, employees and their families constitute the internal, and the community in which you do business. So all these constitute what is known as the external public. So we have now actually, if I talk to you about definition, we have so many definitions brought out by so many people. But the best way is to all the people have given their own definitions, which have a significance from their perspective. So many definitions, difficult for us to honestly by heart or reproduce them in the examination. But it is better if you narrow down to a couple of definitions. About two definitions we'll discuss in at length. Then you will be able to have an idea. Okay, definition means it doesn't mean that you have to reproduce exactly that and then define like this. In science and all that, yes, you do think it, you do. You're very careful about the word. Here, at least if you try to, give the gist of what they're trying to say, yeah, that would suffice actually. So let us take, for instance, what exactly is public relations? One of the definitions, very simple definition, एक लाइन का definition है the art or science of developing, the art or science. Okay, the art. That you have to show your own ingenuity there. When we say art, you have to show your own creativity. No copycat system. You're not going to copy any other PRO. You're going to be a PRO of your own. So which means you are going to behave in a signature manner. Just as how your signature is there, nobody can match your signature because it is your original uh, you know uh, belonging to you only. So signature, for instance. So you have a signature mark. Like that, you will be able to develop your own own way of dealing. Or so the art or science of developing. Art is okay. I give you total freedom of how you go about in practicing public relations. And science of no, science is something where your hands are tied. That is, you will have to maintain some kind of some kind of documentation, some kind of discipline, self discipline, some kind of dedication towards what you're trying to do, some kind of the work which you are in a position to prove because you have adopted a scientific approach towards an issue, towards settling something. So the public relation definition can be defined as the art or science. We said or, it can be art and science also, but art or science of developing reciprocal understanding and goodwill. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of reciprocal? So I will leave it to you 1 minute. What is the meaning of reciprocal? Yeah, can anyone tell me? Anyone can unmute and tell me. Yeah, shall I ask? Shall I ask someone? Okay, Sumaira, are you able to tell me, please? What is reciprocal? I
Sir,
don't know. Yeah,
reciprocal
yeah,
is a feeling of a feeling action.
yeah.
It's
So
basically uniformly felt or done by each party.
yeah. Very good. Reciprocal is mutual. So suppose something which you are able to, you are able to reciprocate. To say, so I ask some questions, suppose you're able to answer, I'm able to reciprocate. That is what we mean by reciprocation. Okay, reciprocal. So now the definition of public relations, one of the best ways is that the art or science of developing reciprocal understanding. So if I say something and you are in a position to understand what I am saying, and why I asked you this answer, so that I want to know whether you are able to really understand what I am saying. Now you have reciprocated. Now you have replied. You have replied itself. It is a proof that you are reciprocating. Yes, that you are trying to understand what I am trying to say. Now the same thing applies to public relations also. The art or science of developing reciprocal understanding and goodwill. What that is very, very essential. Now in public relations, this word has a very, very big meaning. Every organization has what you call leaves behind a goodwill right from day one. Right from day one, we leave behind what you call it as a goodwill. Goodwill is something which is earned over a period of time, maybe, I would say 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 100 years, 125 years, 130 years. Hindu newspaper, for instance, nearly 150 years. It has an abundance of goodwill. Very big organizations have goodwill. Tata company has goodwill. The goodwill itself fetches a lot of. So the art or science of developing reciprocal understanding and goodwill. Tomorrow, when your company has a very highest rate of goodwill, the most of the credit goes to you as PRO, because you have left behind, or your company is left behind with a very good image to bank upon. So that you have done a lot of work there, you have done a lot of homework there, and you have ensured that the image of the organization is is sustained, is maintained, and enhanced at the same time. So, first definition can be the art or science of developing reciprocal understanding and goodwill. This is one of the definitions. Then another definition I was just trying to refer to you about Dr. C.V. Narasimha Reddy. Normally, he's the guru of all gurus. If I am your guru, he is my guru. It's like that. He's guru of all his gurus, having been in the field for the past 5 decades. So he has written one book, actually, Effective Public Relations and Media Strategy. He has clubbed these two fields of journalism and public relations, also media strategy also. Many a time, I had the privilege of meeting him several times on many occasions, and he is one person who is able to really understand the rudiments of public relations. No, he says, no, what he says, we should be very particular about that. Is that he says that it is actually publicly nothing but management of two-way communication process. Now I am talking to you, you are talking to me. No, so the PR person manages this communication, between the organization and the public. It can be internal, it can be external. So this two-way communication process is managed between an organization and its public. So why do we manage those? Manage and you should not, think it in a negative way. Manage is not like that. Manage means how you are able to put things correctly. So it is to what is the purpose of this? So that when you are able to manage this two-way communication process, you are able to promote several things. Several things. You are able to promote the corporate mission. What exactly is your corporate body's mission? Are we going Infosys, for instance, or for instance TCS, or for instance Oracle? I'm not saying only what you call it as software companies, the Vizag Steel Plant, for instance. You have these organizations which have got a mission, MISSIY. So they have a corporate mission. They have a very good outlook. So you are trying to manage the communication process between the organization and the public outside and the public inside, in to promote the corporate mission. आपका मकसद क्या है? What are your objectives, and how you are able to actually, you're trying to um, uh, propagate, or rather, build up the image of your corporate body, of your objectives. So you're able to promote your corporate mission. Then you are also promote your services, services rendered by the organization, products delivered by the organization, or the reputation that it has gained over a period of time, over in several instances, and then it has also tried to gain public understanding. So the moment anybody, suppose you ask somebody on the road, do you know anybody? Do you know about TCS? So somebody may say Tata Consulting, Tata Organization, oh, well, it's a great company. So why do they say it's a great company? Which means the the two-way communication process has been very skillfully managed, and this is what C.V. Narasimha Reddy said. C.V. Narasimha Reddy said that is management of a two-way communication process. That is, when you try to get something, you may get brickbats from the public, you may get bouquets from the public. When bouquets come, you're not flattered. When brickbats come, you're not shattered. Okay, well, all right. When bouquets come, you're not flattered. Nothing gets into your head. But at the same time, when brickbats come, you're not shattered. So you are trying to balance these two things, and that is what is actually a management of a two-way communication process between an organization and its public to promote mission, corporate mission, its services, its products, its reputation, and also gain public understanding and see whether public is really able to understand you properly. If they don't understand you properly, it means they're misunderstanding you. And that misunderstanding will result when the PRO is not doing its job and when the PR department is not doing its job effectively, its management function effectively. So this is very, very essential for us to know, how many. So if we analyze a lot of definitions that we have got put forth by experts, including the above two definitions, we can simply break, everything into components, simpler components. So the entire definition can be broken into components. Number one, organization. Number two, corporate mission, its services, its products. Okay, publics, and we have studied what is public, internal and external. Number four, management. Okay, two-way communication process. Okay, that is another thing that we have seen. Public understanding towards organizational excellence. This is the main thing that we have got. So we'll also try to see if I can try to give you, maybe I give you a small, okay, I'll just take you to this particular thing now that we have discussed this. Let me see if I can present you something. I don't know, but give me a minute, okay? Let me see if I can present you something. Yeah, I can share screen, but let me first open a document, and you give me just a few seconds, okay? I'll just get back to you 1 minute only, okay? Right. Let me see if I can get back to you quickly. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll try to get you a small video which you can see now. You'll also keep your earphone or whatever it is, your mic, your speaker on. Let me see if I can go. Let me get this. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think it's a very small video which I would like to present it to you. Okay, right. Okay, right. And then let me see if I can do so where do I do it? I do it here, share screen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Let me see if I can play you this one. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Are you able to see something on the screen? You're not able to see anything, right? 1 minute. Please, 1 minute, please. Are you able to see anything? Can anyone respond, please? Can
No,
anyone
sir.
respond? You're not able to see anything, right? 1 minute. I'm because there's a new one thing. I think it's coming now. Wait a minute. Now are you able to see anything?
Yes, sir.
What are you seeing?
We're just seeing a page, sir, but can't see any video.
Yeah, what is written on that? Nothing is written
Our
on that.
screen, so
Oh, it's a blank white thing on the red background, right?
yeah, now we can see.
Yeah.
What is PR?
Okay. No. Okay. Right. What is PR? You're very good. That's the thing. So both of you, please watch this one. Let me see whether you're able to hear also.
Yes, sir.
So you could see some images and you're able to hear the voice.
We are only able to see the images, sir. We can't
Yeah, so
hear
I
the
switched
voice.
on the speaker. I'll now switch on the speaker. Who is that who is speaking now to me?
Sumera, sir.
Sumaira. What about the other one? The other girl, she's there?
Yes, sir.
I hope,
I can see,
you
sir.
both are there. You can see. Both of you, please confirm to me. Right. Patnaik is not there. I think he has come and gone away. Okay, let me see. I'm just playing this for 2 minutes, 37 seconds. So please go through this. I keep a notebook by your side. Do you have a notebook and a pen with you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Some very good points. Yeah, some very good points are made out. It is only to give a set of a, a sort of, instead of continuously my saying one monologue, I want you to also understand, so that it's easy for you to assimilate this from examination. You will be able to remember this faster than perhaps what I have been trying to say. So I'm just playing this. Please keep everything ready, pen and paper ready. And it's a very small video and extremely I have seen 10 to 15 videos. From that I narrowed down to this small video which should be able to do the needful for you. Right, please see this. Well, that's all about this. And okay, I think we'll now stop sharing and I'll come back here. Could you understand? Can you please give your feedback on this? Quick. Both of you, any one of you, or both of you can give me the feedback. No, sorry. 1 minute. One minute, please. 1 minute. Yeah. Can you please give me the feedback? Sorry. Yeah. Hello. Is Sumera
Yes,
there?
sir.
Sumera. Yeah,
Yes,
both
sir,
of you
I'm
can.
here.
Yeah, one after the other. You please tell me. What did you see in the video?
we saw about what is PR is and how
Yeah.
it actually helps in building the relationship or
Very
reputation,
good. Okay.
making news and creating and changing.
Okay. Very good. Right. Okay. Very good. About Shalini, anything you have to add? You feel you can add something, Shalini?
Yes, sir. What Sumera said is right, sir. It is clearly about building your relationship with others, creating your image, building your image, reputation. It's about creating and
Very,
changing of perception, everything.
okay. Very good, Shalini. Right, you should be able to understand that, our first definition was art or science. Actually, art of conveying the message. This is an animation, a completely animation, and I'm sure you'll agree with me that it was really done very, very creatively. You agree with me, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it was done very, very creatively. Easy to understand. Kali, 9 minutes, maybe 2.5, hardly 2.5 minutes. They could explain to you such a vast subject in 2.5 minutes. So please remember, as a journalism student also, and as a PR student also, when you're thinking of writing, you can give more information with less amount of words also. Because the present day generation, present day readers, I don't have patience to listen for a long period or to read for a long period. You got to be very, you got to be very brief. You got to be very, you have to show brevity. Brevity is how crisp you are, how short you are, and what you're going to, how you're going to express a lot of things in few words. That is one of the reasons why I played this video after seeing about 10 to 20 videos I have seen and narrowed down to this small video so that it's easy for you to understand. So what this video said is what PR should not be about. PR should not be about celebrity. It is not about event management. It is not about Samira, you know Telugu
No, sir, I don't.
at all. बिल्कुल नहीं आता.
No, sir, I'm not from Hyderabad,
Okay,
sir.
Shalini, you know Hindi. Shalini, you know Hindi, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So I will try to say in Hindi because Sumera doesn't know Telugu. Otherwise, I have to. So you see, Shalini or Sumera, the
Yes, sir.
PR is not about डब्बा मारने का. आवाज मार के बहुत हम ग्रेट है अपने आप सेल्फ पैटिंग नहीं है. It is not about that. It is not about event management. It is not any propaganda. It is not like yourself saying great about yourself. PR is about, actually, is about developing relationships with whomever the organization gets in touch, be it internal, be it external. So we have seen in this video the art of public relations. I have, in fact, art of communication is what has been shown in this video pretty well. And we are only trying to say science is something which is in your hands. As a PR manager, maybe you will be able to put everything in proper perspective in a systematic manner. There is something known as self-discipline there. There is something known as a methodical way in which you approach issues. That is why we are trying to say what we call it as the art or science of that. So this small video was to, mainly create some interest in you as a student. And what is essential for us to know is that what are the main objectives of this public relations? We have almost, from our definition, we have understood what are the main objectives we have understood. We have said to build relationships, to create understanding, to maintain transparency. So main objectives are three: to attract attention. So when you are trying to do anything, you are trying to first attract the attention of the public. Then to win their belief, how will they trust you? So they will trust you when you are straightforward, when you are honest, when you are transparent. This is very, very essential. Why do so many companies carry with them a very good reputation? It is mainly because they are able to win the belief of the people, be it internal or be it external. And so is the case with what you call the third objective. The first objective is to attract attention. That you will do with so many ways. One is through advertising, maybe one through your press release, one through your press conference, one through your. There's so many things that you can adopt and different approaches to attract the attention. Then to win belief. What is win belief is not a one-day affair. It will build. You are able to build trust from the external public over a period of time. Oh God, we should understand this organization in a proper way. Nobody should misunderstand because over a period of time you will know as the way the organization is functioning. You will be able to know how to, have belief in that particular company. Similarly, it is able to impart understanding. So you are able to convey to whomever, to whomsoever it may concern. Government में language both use करते हैं, to whomsoever it may concern. So to whomever you approach, are you in a position to impart correct understanding? Is there a correct understanding between you and the people, and vice versa? Vice versa is also very important. It is not simply one-way traffic. खाली आप बोल दिए मेरा काम हो गया. I have told, it is for that fellow to understand. No, it is for you to know whether that fellow understood properly is by getting the feedback. Why I am trying to put you in discussion, interaction, interlocution is to make me understand whether you are understanding what I intended you to understand. जब तक आप वापस रिप्लाई नहीं दिए तो मैं क्या समझना पड़ेगा? ठीक है, मेरा काम हो गया, मेरा नौकरी खा लिया, लेक्चर देने के, मैं बड़बड़ भाग गया और चले गया. No, that is not the point. The purpose of this is to also, we should also try to, try to understand whether what I try to tell you, to communicate to you, has been understood in the manner I wanted it to be understood. This is very essential for all of us. So there are always wrong notion about public relations. You go and ask somebody on the road, I am in public. Oh, पब्लिक रिलेशन मीन और डब्बा मारने का है ना, प्रोपेगेंडा है ना, चमचागिरी करने का है ना. This is the kind of response you get from an ordinary layman or somebody, and that is the kind of a misconception, wrong notions that are entertained in general by public. And how is, so that is one of the reasons why here I need to tell you about, why PR is different from propaganda. Many people think public relations means propaganda, trumpet bajana, baga wines, like that, we have to just blow our own trumpet. So many things, good things we are doing. We find even among individuals also talking about themselves a lot, boasting. No, it is not really that. How is PR different from propaganda? Okay, PR is an honest, straightforward, long-term effort to create a favorable image, not simply like that. ये भी जयकुंडा बिना कुछ ही करे सो आप आपका इमेज कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं? अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है, बाहर से खाली इमेज बढ़ाए तो नो बढ़े. Over a period of time they will lose trust on you and your organization. So public relations is a honest, is an honest, straightforward, long-term effort to create a favorable image. Favorable image matlab, people should be able to, take, your image should be believed by them. Based on what? That is very essential. When you are able to not simply, you are not telling the people, देखो भाई हम बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, हम honest हैं, हम straightforward हैं. ये पूरा बोलने से नहीं चलेगा. It is based on facts and performance. So the people who believe you will see not simply your publicity. Public relations में केवल आपका मैसेज नहीं देखते. They will see on the basis of the facts and performance. Your annual sheet, your annual report will tell me the facts. It will tell me the performance. It will tell me how much profit you got. It will tell me how much dividends you have given to the stakeholders, to the shareholders who have invested money in you. It has a very, very clear-cut, straight, transparent information coming to the external public. And it has no malicious, short-term selfish interest to make gains by suppressing facts or misleading people. So the moment you give some facts which you are actually some information you are hidden, only that information which will give you, give your company good name, no. You should try to put forth the facts and figures. Okay, and then also, then when you tell that truly, people will have faith in you, even if it is, even if your company is going in loss, and you tell the fact, this is the fact. Because of pandemic, this was the problem. That is the reason why we could not, come up to our expectations. This is a global disaster. So everybody will sympathize with you. But if you say, नहीं नहीं कोविड आया ना, कुछ भी आने दो, फिर भी हम तो जबरदस्त चलते चले गए, we are great. If you say, then people will ask you, please show me the proof. What proof will you show? So you will not be able to show the proof. So please remember, public relations is that. So public relations is not propaganda. When you suppress say facts, or maybe may try to say something, or when you try to mislead people also, all these things are bound to happen when you don't do public relations. But they don't happen when you are doing what is known as the real public relations. So public relations has no malicious, short-term, selfish interests to make gains by suppressing facts or misleading people. So propaganda is different. It is like forcing you. I'm asking you, come on, you see, this is what we are. That is not correct. Even Hitler did this. Hitler ka Nazi propaganda was an example of that. There was a guy known as Goebbels. Goebbels is very famous, the propaganda minister of Hitler के नीचे minister था. And every time even politicians quote this person often. Politicians are very good at bluffing, right? They're very, very good at bluffing. So the opponent fellow will tell you, Goebbels pracharam చేస్తున్నాడు. Like Goebbels pracharam means propaganda minister of Hitler means everything is nothing but lies. An instrument of politics, the power of social control. Function of propaganda is not essentially to convert, rather its function is to attract followers and keep them in line. To attract and then keep them in line. But what is that? What is taken its toll is it has taken a toll of truth. When truth is not disseminated, you know, it does become, but only in the interest of propaganda, then this thing happen. So I think we have only another 4 minutes time. So in this 4 minutes, I would like to leave it open to you people to ask questions. You feel free to ask questions. Sumera and Shalini can ask questions. I will answer your question. Yeah, please. You have any questions? We have about 3 minutes. You can ask questions. You can feel free to ask. Yeah.
No, sir, I don't have
Yeah,
any
Sumera, please.
questions.
Do you have any questions? No. Shalini Karingula.
Mm.
Sir, I'm clear with the topic, sir. I do not have any question.
So you don't have any questions. I'm very happy about that. Normally what happens, we don't get questions when you have understood everything or when you have not understood anything. So when you understood
No.
everything, no questions. When you understood nothing, also no questions, right? You agree with me? I'm sure,
Yes, sir.
I'm hopeful that you understood everything.
Yes, sir, I
Are
understood.
you happy with
Yes,
the
sir.
speed with which we are going? You feel that we should
Yes,
show
sir.
a video now and then? You feel video is interesting?
Yes, sir, it is very interesting.
Yes, sir, it is interesting, sir.
I may come up with video or maybe with some PowerPoint presentations also. But because you see, point is that I don't want to discuss everything what is in the notes. Anyhow, you will study that. We are here. We have been invited to teach in Open University to share our experiences as public relations. More from out of the box, out of the books. We will tell you so that you are in a position to understand the field. When you enter the field, how you feel, what you actually go through. That is the main idea of why we have been invited, because we have experience outside in the industry as well as teaching. So by virtue of my nature of working in abroad as well as in parliament, I'm able to understand, or even in other places also, I'm able to
Yes.
understand and perhaps let you know what we are, not from the books of everything, but I'll try to confine to syllabus, because that's also important for your examination point of view. I will try to confine to the syllabus. So please go through today unit 1. You will see a lot of replication. That is everything what is mentioned in the course material is what I try to discuss with you with a few examples here and there. Examples are something which you may not find there, which you will find from guest lecturers like us. Okay, is that okay?
Yes.
I have 1 more minute to go. So I'll just make a note of these two people who have kind of got nothing to do with attendance as such. But then I think it's getting recorded. The whole thing is getting recorded. So the attendance is automatically recorded. I don't know whether I should call it a day. Next time onwards, we'll be meeting exactly on time. Always
Sir,
keep a notebook with you. Yeah.
actually, I have a question which is not which is out of the syllabus, but
Yes.
after this, like once we complete our graduation from Open University, we
Yeah.
will be able to take admission in anywhere in abroad,
Abroad,
like
yeah, abroad,
regularly.
but yeah, that's a very good question. Sumera, is it Sumera who asked the question? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sumera, abroad means they will see whether you have completed your 10 plus 2 plus 3. But they are asking for 10 plus 2 plus 4. Okay? After this
Yeah.
degree, better you do 1 year post-graduation program if you want to go abroad, number one. Number two,
Okay,
they are
sir.
not really so particular about the degree that you are carrying with you, but they will definitely be banking on the GRE score and your TOEFL score, IELTS score. So these two
Yes, sir.
matter more for them than this. But yes, but the bottom line is you should have completed 10 plus 2 plus 4 actually, but not 3. But some universities in America, for instance, have no problem in admitting you, even if you're 10 plus 2 plus 3 also. So that you please check up with the universities. You'll have to check up everybody, go to their websites and take. Some
Okay.
universities have relaxed that rule and some universities have not, because most of the universities are private, state owned in Australia or even in America also. So you
Okay.
have the choice. But normally, to the best of my knowledge, is that they are insisting on 10 plus 2 plus 4. That's the reason why we, under new education policy, we made the degree course into 4-year course. Now they want to make that. Okay, have I answered your question, Sumaira?
Yes, sir. But will this be
Yeah.
a problem that I'm doing it from distance?
Pardon? No, no, no,
Uh,
not at all. What do you mean? What do you mean? Open University have the university degree courses have far professional, better quality, value when you compare to any other regular colleges. Also, please go through the course
yes, sir.
material, then you yourself arrive at that conclusion, including the one which we have got. For instance, Indira Gandhi Open University, the most famous Open University world over. They've got students all over the world. Now, if you can see the quality of them, quality of the course material, then you will be able to understand yourself
Yes, sir.
how professional these colleges are. Okay, right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
try to catch up in the next class. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shalini. Right.